Okay, cool. This is it. We are live. Welcome to the Zoomcast, the Tuned Up Zoomcast number one. I'm so excited for this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Um, since the pandemic and the whole thing started, and I discovered Zoom, it's so cool to be able to see and get to like hang out with people from all over the world. And I know we're not that far. We're like 2 hours away, but I always loved late night TV and the interview styles and the music performance. So I kind of wanted to do that a little bit with my friends or like bands I like. And we've been enjoying, Sarah and I, we've been enjoying All Hallows singles that they've been putting out. And I thought the album was coming out not last week, but it turned out they delayed it a week. Yeah.
When
And
is it
then I
coming
was
out?
like, dude, let's do this. Let's do um, a low key interview and performance the night before, so people can, uh, uh, so they can talk about the experience, they can talk about the album, the process, and then just get to start this thing. Who knows who's gonna be next or whatever. But like, I'm just so happy to have All Hallowed here. I think
Yeah, thank
it
you.
used to be Hallowed, right? But then you change it to All Hallowed. Or
Yeah, originally it was just going to be Hallows, and then we found out that there are like 13 other bands with that band name, and
Husband and wife as well.
yeah, husband and wife as well.
probably a bunch of like hardcore bands, like at least 20 of them. They were like Hallowed. That sounds
Yeah,
like very
it worked
hardcore.
well though because all of the since there were so many Hallows band names already taken, all of the URLs for every social media was already taken, so all of the URLs were already all hallowed. And when Rob at Fring Club, the label we've been working with, kind of said like, "Hey, we really want to work with you, but there are way too many bands with this band name." It was just kind of an easy transition to go with what the URLs were on all of the websites and all of the social media accounts. So
Hmm.
that's how we ended up on those two words as the band title.
Well, let's talk about the whole thing. I wanna just start with something. Like you guys were in a previous band called Starving the Very Well, and the sound is different now. I love it. I love how it's Lacey is singing a lot, and I kind of wanted you guys to talk about the process of switching and making this new sound, like, and how do you came out to do what you guys are doing, like to if you could talk about that, that'd be cool.
I think it just kind of started. We were going to Starving the Belly of the Well ended, and we still wanted to keep making music, but I mean, since we were kind of like 66.6% of Starving the Belly of the Whale, we really just wanted to distance ourselves from anything that sounded like Starving the Belly of the Whale. So that initially, that's why we wanted a one-word band name as well. And again, that's one
Because it
thing that
was like,
yeah, when we were talking with Micah, who was our graphic designer we worked with, I was really happy that he at least made our logo. Now it looks like one word, even
At
though
least we have that.
it looks like it is two words. It looks like one word. So that was one thing we knew we wanted all the songs. So far, all the songs that are on the EP that are coming out, they're all under 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So that was really important to make them as short, as fast as possible. Again, the exact opposite of the other band. So having only bass, I don't think we had bass on any Starving the Belly of the Well albums. So bass is the only stringed instrument that's on every All Hallowed song. There's no guitar, nothing
wow.
else, just bass. And just using as many fuzz pedals and effects as we could on the bass, which again was the total opposite of Starving the Belly of the Whale. So again, just from being Lacey and me, us two kind of being the main two songwriters in the band, we just want everyone to know this is a completely different musical project.
I love it since it's very intentional. Then and it shows. I know you sent me a tracks. I haven't listened to the whole thing. I kind of want to experience it with everybody tomorrow. In a way, no, I mean that's not true. I heard the first one, but the ones that you guys have a video and like the two singles, it just sounds so like, yeah, so so different, and this retro vibe, kind of like dream pop or like noise pop, that kind of stuff. I remember the first time I heard of it, I was like, man, this sounds like Morella's Forest, but like hard, like heavier or something, and like it's just this combination of like kind of retro, new. I don't know. So that's very that's very cool to hear. Um,
Thank you.
what so talking about that, what were your influences? Because I know you guys have very wide influences. Um, so what were you guys listening, or what like kind of inspired like the sounds of this album? Like I know that's one of those questions, but
Well, I think it's weird when Starving the Belly of the Whale started. Uh, like, swear to God, I had never in my life listened to the Velvet Underground or Lou Reed. Like, never listened to either of those. And I felt like every time I shared Starving the Belly of the Whale stuff, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, like you have this Lou Reed vibe. Like this is very." It kind of has like a folky Velvet Underground vibe, and oddly, they become one of my favorite bands. And it's weird because I feel like with this band, so many people uh, heard it and instantly brought up the band Royal Blood, which I had never heard of that band or never listened to that band. But I
hmm.
guess they're a two-piece band with a bass player and a drummer that, minus the female vocals, are kind of similar to what we've been doing. So it's weird. Like I feel like I started listening to more things that were kind of like in that genre after we already had at least the rough demos of everything together.
That's very cool. That happens a lot. I think somebody like uh, um, somebody told us some band like the Castros. We took a ride share from some dude. Took us from Germany to England, and then we show him more stuff, and he's like, "Whoa, you guys have like this boy sound," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And we didn't know, and we fell in love with that band. Now we actually like them a lot, and that's very like cool when you have different influences, different like you draw from different places that other bands might have drawn to, and then you kind of end up with similar stuff, but it's not the same. Like that stuff just fascinates me. Um, so I, I always liked Lacey singing on Starving, and I just love how she took the lead on on this, and you Rick are doing kind of like the harmonies and stuff. Lacey, how was that for you, like switching and just becoming this front like person?
I
Um,
was not expecting it at all, actually. I assumed Ricky would be singing with me, yet here we are.
Yeah,
So
I'm actually singing none on the
Ricky's
album
not
at
doing
all.
anything,
Nothing.
and I'm just kind of thrown out there, and this is it. And I'm very quiet, so it's definitely interesting being the center of the music project, as you would say.
it's just so it's kind of like a combination of soothing and like greediness or something. Like when I listen to it, I feel like better or something. Like you just feel like
I feel empowered.
empowered. Yeah, it just feels it's so greedy and like it's not. I wasn't surprised. It was just such a nice, a refreshing turn from what you guys done before, uh, um, and yeah, I just wanted to hear that perspective. From your perspective.
I think
Um,
probably one artist that, and I don't think it's at least for me when I was writing this stuff. Like I wouldn't say it was an influence, but I feel like it sounds nothing at all like the music. But probably right around the time we started doing this, like her and I both got into NF
Has
so much,
nothing to do
and
with
it's weird
it.
because it has like
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
nothing at all to do with the style of the music. But I mean, NF is like one person that whenever I was introduced to him the first time, probably right at a year ago, like I have listened to him at least probably like an hour a day every day for the last 365 days.
to
Is there
NF,
something about that?
have you
I think
listened
he's
to?
dropping a new mixtape tomorrow,
I
actually.
know, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Did you listen to new songs like
I
a
love the song with
mixtape,
Hobson, The Lost. That song is so good.
and the one with Husband, just the one, the two songs, it's so good. It's so like, and I've watched a lot of like analysis videos of like these guys that like it's not just a reaction, but like they go lyric by lyric and then they analyze it. And I'm like, dude, yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, I understand. Like we draw from a lot of things too, but like I can't believe you guys. So do you think that bled into this project? I would like
I
to.
don't know. I have no idea.
Like,
Well, I do know when I first discovered him, like I don't know if it was before like Lacey got like super involved because at first like I was just thinking something like I was like I'm gonna try to do some music by myself, and I remember talking with Micah who like produced all of Starving the Belly of the Well stuff, like was doing All Hallowed. I remember sending him the NF song The Search, and I was like, man, like this is amazing. I was like, I don't know if I can rap. Like I don't know if I want to try to rap, but like I love this. This is amazing. And I remember like, oh, like yeah, let's listen to what happens. And it was probably like 2 weeks later. I was like, okay, like we're doing a two-piece like bass drums, like dance punk new wave band. That's what we're doing. So
some
yeah, I'm not
like
sure where that came from.
some like spoken word, spoken word like dance punk, like dream space rock with like some like Eminem and like. No, that's very cool, man. Like I love when bands like draw from different things, like that you wouldn't expect, and like it comes across. It comes kind of okay. What's the word? Like it's not swaggery, but it comes. It's just very like you come out singing. I guess with this album, it feels like it's like this is who we are now, and like boom, it just feels very like that attitude, the NF attitude of like being just upfront, and so that's very cool, man. So now that you were talking about your producer, I kind of want you to talk about that process, because I know you work with different people in this album, and you have these songs. How do you find? I forgot his name. He was on Hotter Heights, right? He
Micah
produced.
Carley.
Yes. Can you talk about that? That would be very cool.
Honestly, we've known Micah Carley for man, probably like 7 or 8 years now. He did every Starving of the Bellow album with Scott Lacey with me. Like he did all three of those albums. Uh, my other like side band that I played drums in, my country band, he's recorded that stuff. Like he's just any producer, any recording studio I've been to, he is like hands down the best, most professional, easygoing. Makes every band sound like a better version of what they want to sound like. So it was kind of like a no-brainer to work with him again. And I remember he was very surprised when we sent him like a couple demos, and I was like, yeah, like this is just going to be bass, just going to be drums. And initially I was wanting to have some kind of like keys or programming, and we got in the studio and he kind of suggested I never heard of the I think it's the Pog Mono Synth pedal, and it's just a pedal that I threw on the bass. I actually bought a Keeley Synth 1 pedal to kind of recreate some of those things live, but it's just a pedal that you can play bass or guitar through that gives it a synth tone. So every instrument that you hear on the all the songs that we're releasing are all on a bass guitar. So that was one of the key things from the very beginning he brought in. Is he was like, honestly, he's like, I feel like with all the bass lines you have, the riffs, we really don't need to bring in a third instrument. Let's just try to make some layers with what you're already doing with
No
a mono synth
theremin.
pedal. Yeah,
No
not a
theremin.
theremin. Lacey actually mentioned that, and we got rid of that when Starving was over, so we do not have the theremin anymore.
I remember like one of the shows that she brought up that theremin the first time. We were like, what? It was so hardcore. That's cool, man. Like, I guess I have a question on top of that question. Like, how in the world you got Aaron Gillespie from Under to play drums in your record? Like, that just blew my mind the first time I heard about it. It's
So
he's
I think
like
that's
one
like
of
the
my
cool
favorite
thing.
drummers, dude, and
I
that's
think
so
that's the cool
cool.
thing about social media is literally I just sent him a DM and he responded within like 2 minutes and wanted to hear what we were doing. Sent him a couple tracks, and from the thought in my brain of like, oh, I should reach out to Aaron Gillespie, see if he wants to play drums, to him confirming that he would do it, it was probably a span of like 15 minutes.
What?
So send him a DM on Instagram. Honestly, I would say within 30 seconds to 2 minutes, he messaged me back. We messaged back a little bit, sent him the tracks. I think just a one song initially. Kill was the first song that he heard. He's like, yeah, this is great. How many songs do you have? And I was like, we have 5 songs. One of them's about a minute long. None of them, I think at that point, I was like, I don't think any of them are going to be over 2.5 minutes. So he's like, yeah, let's do it. So it was literally, that's all it was.
You just sang him the songs, and then he just everything that you hear is just like it came from him. You didn't like guide him or anything. We just
Not at all. I had already recorded the drums to every song. Initially when we did it, I was just going to play the bass. I was going to play the drums, so I had completely different drum parts to every song. And that was another thing that he kind of said up front too when we were talking. Is he was like, honestly, he's like, if you want me involved, he's like, because I asked, I was like, I'll just send you my drums as a guide so you kind of know where they're going. And that was one of the things he was kind of very adamant about up front, is that he just wanted to make them his own. And I was like, okay, like let's see how this goes. And yeah, every drum thing that you hear, that was, I mean, there was no guidance on our end whatsoever. That was just him playing along with what we sent him, and then those
makes
were the songs.
sense. And like when I listen to the songs, like it just sounds like him too, but like it's just complementing what you guys are doing, and he just adds to that feeling that I have, or like it's just very like gritty and like, and you know, I was listening to the latest Under of album, and he's just gotten so technical. But he like with you guys, he still like has some of that, but like it's just him. You know, I don't know how. You know, you can tell, but like I can tell it's him. Even like if somebody like shows me your songs, and like I didn't know this, it'd be like, that drummer sounds like Aaron. You know, it's very cool that he included that trademark in your album. You know, like it's just, and it blows my mind. Like 15 minutes, what? Like within 15 minutes, like he was on the project. Like that's so cool, man. I should reach out to like I don't know, like Kill Switch Engage. Like just kidding. Hey, this is so cool. I have more questions here. I'm like switching the tabs. Also, okay, I see Ryan. Can you hear me, man? So if you have any like if you wanna jump in, like you did before, and you have more questions that you wanna like, you know, for everybody that don't know, okay, this is Ryan Getz. He's the head honcho and the CEO of Tuned Up. It's a music magazine blog, all music related, local, regional, national, worldwide. You know, and yeah, he's a great guy. So he's been hosting. He was doing a podcast before, and when I told him about the Zoomcast idea, he was on board. So just wanted to like introduce you guys to him.
Just to clarify one thing, I've never actually hosted the podcast. We've had a couple other hosts that have come and gone, you know, that both served us very well, you know, at the time that they were with us. But right now we're kind of been taking the past year to sort of navigate this whole strange environment that we're in, and plot our world takeover. So there you go.
So Ryan, do you have any questions for our guest tonight?
Gosh, you know, there's one question that I've asked most of the artists that I've interviewed for Tuned Up, and it's I know you already asked, you know, what their influences were, but it's usually, instead of asking what an artist's influences are, I like to say something like, okay, if you what is a cocktail or a beverage that your sound and vibe would go along well with? You can take that whatever way you want. You know, some people have given me really ridiculous answers. some people have like gin and tonic. I don't know. You know.
I don't know. That's good. What do you think?
Open a Coke.
What do you think?
I think in regards to our old music with Starving in the Belly of the Whale, I feel like this is like pop open a fresh Coke, like it's something new, like it's refreshing. I think from people that are generally listening or that usually listen to our type of music to hear something different, like on a different spectrum than what we usually sound like. What's like Coca-Cola?
I was thinking, I don't know why, but I was thinking Starving in the Belly of the Whale reminds me of like
Rum.
No, I was gonna say rum. I feel like it reminds me of like apple pie mead.
Apple pie mead.
And I feel like
from Brothers Drake.
More of like bourbon or whiskey.
My Coke.
I don't know if I'm just saying like whiskey because we just like binge watched all of Peaky Blinders, so that's like all I'm thinking about is whiskey and.
So what would so if Starving in the Belly of the Whale is whiskey, I can definitely see the connection there. What would All Hallowed be?
No, I was saying I think All Hallowed would be the apple pie mead.
Oh, okay.
All Hallowed would be like whiskey bourbon. Did I say that backwards? Yeah. Oh, maybe I said that backwards. Yeah. I think, yeah, Starving in the Belly of the Whale would be more of the mead category, and then we would be more of the bourbon whiskey. Like
interesting. Interesting. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any bourbon right now, so I would make myself, a highball or something.
I mean,
I just finished drinking, so just regular old ginger ale.
I want some ginger ale. I was just telling Lacey the other day,
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get some ginger ale, and this is the weekend we go to the grocery, so I'm gonna buy some.
But yeah, it's kind of I appreciate what you guys do because it's sort of like my many different elements of my own personal musical journey kind of coalescing into one sound. Like I grew up, when I was in high school, pretty much the only thing I listened to was Radio U, in Columbus. So I loved like just all like the Christian MySpace scene core bands, Under Oath, Amberlin, all that stuff. Then I got into, it wasn't until like really like sophomore year of college that my friends kind of started opening my eyes to the more kind of indie folk world and started listening to a lot of like Iron and Wine and the Decemberists and artists like that. And then, like started doing this blog, listening to a lot of kind of that grungy underground DIY stuff. And then like maybe 5 years ago, I started listening to this underground, a whole bunch of like underground indie electropop, all at the same time. And with what you guys do, your dance punk, with Aaron Gillespie, you've collaborated with Aaron Gillespie. So you've got Under Oath, that kind of that rough around the edges DIY vibe, and like those dancey poppy earworms all coming together. So that's like, yeah.
I think it just when you were naming all those bands, another band that I feel like that is a huge influence on anything I do, but again, it doesn't come out musically. I don't know if you've listened to it all, but when you're throwing those names around, do you listen to Gregory Alan Isaacoff at all?
Gregory, I know his name, but I haven't listened to him that much, though.
Literally, look up the album Evening Machines if you've never heard of Gregory Alan. He's like another one of those people that once I discovered him like 5 years ago, I listened to him every single day.
Yeah.
Like he is the best like singer-songwriter, folk musician out. He is incredible.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Hey, so I have another question for you guys. If I may, about Frank Club Records. Is it Frank Club or Friends Club? It's Frank Club, right?
Friend Club, yeah, Friend, yes.
I I
Friend
love.
Club Records, yeah.
Yes. Can you talk about your involvement with them, or how you guys start working with them, and getting that sweet cassette tape that I'm
Yeah,
waiting for on the on the mail? So
yeah, we Tim Andrel has been doing publicity for us, and he put me in contact with Rob from Friend Club, and yeah, that was like another one of those things. Like we had a conversation on the mall or on the mall on the phone. I don't know what that means, but a conversation on the phone for about 15 minutes, and yeah, it was just one of those things that worked out really well. There was another label that we were talking with that wanted to do a vinyl release, which initially the thought of the songs Lust, the second single we released that Vinny Caruana did guest vocals. Initially, that wasn't supposed to be part of the EP. It was supposed to be the other 4 songs, and they were supposed to fit 2 songs on each side of a 7-inch. That was the original goal, and we were talking with another label, and I don't know, it just seemed like it fit with Friend Club, which is weird. Like I don't even remember the last time I purchased a cassette. Uh, and I was really wanting to do on vinyl, but it just, for whatever reason, made so much more sense going with Friend Club and doing it on a cassette for what we were doing. So yeah, it was just one of those things that it just seemed like both of our philosophies, our mindsets, we were a lot more aligned. So it was kind of easy for us to go with Rob and go in that direction. But they've been amazing with everything. They've helped us out so much, and it's our first time working with a label, so it's kind of been, it was a little difficult with me. This is the first time like working with a label or a publicist to kind of not be as DIY as I'm used to, like not doing everything myself, like kind of like stepping back and letting other people take the reins. But yeah, it was nice. It's nice to have other people involved that are supporting the music as well.
yeah, that's very
I
nice.
think my first exposure to Friend Club was there was an excellent record that came out last year by a band from Indiana called Spaceships. Kind of, what do you call it? Like spacey metal gaze, dream gaze. I don't know.
Salsa gaze.
uh, but I heard them. They I saw a little bit of their performance, which was on the Generator stage at Audio Feed a couple of years ago. I remember hearing that and thinking, like, this doesn't sound like a band that I would think that I would expect to be an Audio Feed. This sounds like a band that I would hear like it, at 1 a.m. in a dive bar in Columbus. So that was kind of cool. Just to So I think it was really, I started talking to, Nathaniel Fitzgerald. He ended up doing a whole feature on Tuned Up for kind of the South Bend-ish Indiana DIY scene. We've been doing all these bands to watch posts, which we'll get all hallowed on Ohio next year. I don't think you're quite on my radar yet. I put that article out
They're in Ohio.
around New Year's, but
You mean Columbus?
well, actually, if I remember correctly, I think Marco had texted me and said, "Hey, there's this project I heard about, that's going to be so cool." He told me a little bit about it, but it was unannounced at the time I published the article. I think you still hadn't been an official announcement, but anyway, so I was talking to with a lot of back and forth discourse with Nathaniel about kind of up and coming movers and shakers in the industry, and we were just chatting on Facebook Messenger, and he just started going on and on about Friend Club Records and how amazing they are, and he was like, this is just a guy, that wanted to put out some tapes, and it's just the momentum he's getting is incredible, man.
Yeah, it's actually funny because when I didn't know they were not releasing the album last Friday, I actually messaged them on Instagram. I was like, "Hey, so what happened?" And he was so nice, and he's like, we moved it a week, and then like you texted me like that they moved it. But yeah, he seemed very nice. He seems like a very nice guy. It's only one guy operation. Like,
It's
it
two
seems
guys.
like it.
Rob is the main guy I talk to. I know it's him, and let me get the other guy. I feel really bad. We have a group. Daniel. I was gonna say we have a group message going on. Daniel never says anything. He's just totally silent. He's there. He reads what we're talking about, but it's no comments ever from him.
Well, he's gonna see this later, hopefully on YouTube. Right, Ryan?
Yeah.
We're uploading this to a YouTube channel. So, what's next for you guys? So, I know you releasing a tape, and you're just putting the album out there. Do you have any other like plans? A CD? You mentioned a vinyl maybe, but it didn't work out or something. Like we're just trying to do a full length later on, or I don't know. Just I know it's kind of
Well,
early on. You're about to
April
drop the
7th.
album tomorrow, but are you
Yeah.
thinking of future stuff?
Well, I know on April 7th we're pre-recording our live stream, which is going to be a pre-recorded live stream, but we are recording that on April 7th, and the release date on that is sometime in April, to be announced, TBA. But we've been working with a local drummer, Chris Cox, for all of the live stuff that we're doing. He was actually in a pop punk band called Wake the Coast, if you haven't heard of them. Their lead singer was actually, I think he got to the top 8 on The Voice. His name's like Jimmy Mowery. But he's been playing drums with us, and he is amazing. Like, I remember the first rehearsal we had, like, Lacey and I could not believe, like, he has, like, every single thing that Aaron does down to a T. Like, he is, like, a human metronome when he's playing the drums. Like, it is perfect. Uh, we're releasing a song to Friend Club Records is doing a comp, and we went and recorded a song for that about 2 weeks ago in the studio. And I mean, we went and did the bass parts, the drum parts, the vocal parts, everything in 3 hours. Like, we probably spent how long did the three of us practice that song? Like, we spent like one day practicing the song, and that was a rehearsal for the live stream. We probably spent 30 minutes on practicing the strong. And I sent it to you, Marco, it's Poet. So that was like literally after 20 of 30 minutes of practicing, we just went in and recorded it, and
The
it came
starving
out
song,
really,
right?
really well. And he kind of went in with a mindset too that he wanted to kind of keep up the same momentum that Aaron had on the other 5 songs. And I think he did a really good job of kind of keeping up this style that Aaron laid down with those first 5 songs.
I'm so excited. So is it gonna be on like your? Where is it gonna be released? This live stream, live stream.
Uh,
Is it
I
like
don't
a
know.
Friend
Pay
Club
attention to our
Records
social
thing?
media. No. It's not through Friend Club Records. Again, I'm not 100% sure. That's the weird thing about not being DIY. Like, I literally had no idea when the album came out until you told me. Like, I didn't know when that was happening. Yeah, I feel like
I was like,
I'm kind of
what's
like
up?
figuring out stuff when everybody else figured.
We actually were legit waiting
Yeah, no, yeah,
to
as
drop.
soon as you messaged me, I had to message Rob. I was like, hey, when's this album coming out? Like, I have no idea. So yeah, at some point we're recording a pre-recorded live stream on the 7th, and at some point, make sure you're on all of our social media. We will be releasing it for everyone to watch.
I think it's cool that you guys have a Well, you say you have a Publicist. I saw that like Brooklyn, is it Brooklyn Vegan? They put out like an article, and I was like,
Yeah,
whoa,
Brooklyn Vegan.
that was nice. Like um,
Yeah, that was really nice that we got that.
and then you have Tuned Up,
I feel like
right?
probably.
Ryan, are you
What
going
do
to
you
do
think?
a review of this album, Ryan? You need to. Like, I'm just putting you on the spot, man.
Yes.
Okay, I want to do a little section of rapid fire questions. Wait, what do you say, Ryan?
I'm a terrible co-host. I'm multitasking during the Zoomcast. So
Okay.
I was just messaging. I was just messaging one of our other writers to ask him about a review that they're doing. So,
That's cool.
uh,
Well, I see there's a new person. It's called Tina
but you
Muskov. Hello, Tina. If you have a question, let us know.
That's not mine.
So I have
That's Lucy's mom.
a rapid fire section for you guys. It's just very quick, but then I will let you both to reply. So like it's just like a silly rapid fire thing. All right. What's going on? Ryan, why are you still on here even if I'm talking or they're talking? You're like
The main guy.
yeah, hold on, let me
And
pen.
is it stuck on my screen or something?
Yeah. That's
I
weird.
don't
It's
know.
just like can you mute it? Can you mute yourself real quick? Okay. That's weird. It's like stuck on you. It's cool. I'm gonna pin them. Alright, so okay, here's the question. Favorite board game? It's rapid fire. Just
Monopoly.
chess.
nice. Recommend us a band, any band or an artist.
Ella Fitzgerald.
NF.
Favorite superhero?
Batman.
Yeah, Batman too.
Ooh,
Cool. Nice. I haven't seen Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I heard it's really good. And I heard Batfleck is like
bad luck.
yeah, he's like really good on the. All right, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
French fries or French toast?
French fries.
French fries.
Cool. Last
How do
one.
you choose?
Wait, what?
How do you choose?
I mean, it's just for fun. Like I can say both. You know. I like tea sometimes. It just depends on the mood, but yeah. Okay, last one. MXPX or Goldfinger?
Oh, MFPX.
That was for you.
I gotta say, I was super bummed out. I missed that box set. I was in a meeting at work, and I got out of my meeting at like 25 minutes after it was on sale, and they were all gone.
Yeah, it like went out pretty fast. You know what? They probably like, calculated it with the stimulus checks dropping. So everybody
Oh,
had
I'm
like
sure.
extra money, and they were like, boom.
I knew what they were doing.
All right, so I want to open it up real quick. I know Ryan, you already had something. Tina or Court, if you guys are listening, I want to ask something to a band. Just, just say something. Let us know you're alive. Um,
So
just
Kurt
type.
on here.
Hi,
It's
Kurt.
good to see your picture, Kurt. So Kurt is in like this amazing band called Bloody Tambourine and the Musical Mafia.
Cool.
They are
Fantastic.
the creepiest, like folky circus music you've ever heard in your life. They are so good.
What are they called?
Bloody Tambourine and the Musical Mafia.
That's an amazing band name.
Seriously, check them out. Kurt's voice is amazing. Hope Arthur plays piano, and she's like literally the best pianist I've ever heard in my life. Like, put her up against anyone ever. Like, watching her is hypnotizing. And it's like literally just like creepy circus music. Starving, we probably played like 20 or 30 shows with them. Like, we did tours. It was a great marriage with Starving the Belly of the Whale and Bloody Tambourine. It was kind of like just a more happy version of Starving the Belly of the Whale, but still very creepy.
Court, can you please the link in the chat so we can save it and check it out later? Post your
Yeah.
links. Post your MySpace.
I'm looking at the
Your
Bandcamp
MySpace.
right now.
Nice.
Oh, Ryan's got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got
Speak
it,
Fiddle's a
Ryan?
really good song.
Right.
Founding Fathers is really
I was
good.
just asking for their MySpace. I miss saying that, like, do you have
MySpace,
MySpace?
their Friendster.
Do you guys know there's this new website called Space Hey? And this like teenager or like this I think it was a teenager in Germany. They made this like MySpace clone and it looks just like MySpace and it has the HTML functionality of like
Nice.
I haven't signed up but like some friends have and it looks just like MySpace. It's so weird. Alright, cool. I see Ryan just posted the link. Cool, 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 cool. Alright, so if you guys don't have any more questions, let's go into the performance. Uh, All Hallowed
All right.
first. I assume first show
Yeah,
ever. Is this
first
your
show
first?
ever. Yeah.
I'm
Ooh,
so
Now,
excited
hey.
yeah. So
because
that was the first
yeah,
time
because you're
playing.
doing a live stream somewhere, but this is live,
Yeah, this is
and I'm so
actually live
excited.
stream.
I'm so honored that we're here. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure you follow them too, or like here, do a monitors for them. Okay, cool. Um, what are you guys gonna play for us tonight?
What are we starting with? I think we're gonna start with Haunt. So this is the song some zine, I forget what it was, some site just previewed the video for this song, but it's officially streaming everywhere on the last day of the month. Whatever is it, the 31st, March 31st? It'll be streaming everywhere. So yeah, this is our newest kind of single, I guess. Like I said, the video is out now. You can watch it on our social media. But this song will be streaming everywhere the 31st of this month. You ready?
Don't go back to your old home. That other spirit moving and breathing in you is the most intimate part. Last of those who read is burning, guarded with their heart. Don't go back to your own home. In this department of life, things in every other. Thrills come at the beginning and do not last. Last of those who read is burning, guarded with their heart. Don't go back to your home. Last of those who read is burning, guarded with their heart. Don't go back to your home. Don't go back to your home. Thrills come at the beginning and do not last. Don't go back to your home.
So that is our newest single that will be out on the 31st. And it's weird, I guess, if this is the first time you're hearing that song, it will sound nothing like that because there is no guitar. It's all bass and drums. So yeah, an extremely stripped down, slow version of that song.
I love all those versions. Like when you hear like the stripped down version and then you hear like the full version or like vice versa. I love all that. So I can't wait to hear the song when it comes out. Dun, ba, 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 ba. I love that riff too, by the way. It's very haunting.
The
All right, I wanna.
So we're gonna do "Kill" next, which was our first single. Uh, So yeah, this one is Kill. So this has been out since the January 31st is when this was released.
Don't be afraid of people, they can kill you, but they cannot kill your soul. Make a clean break with cutting, backbiting in your soul.
I never ever forget
Your
these
filthy
words.
tongue. Let's try it
Ever.
again.
Why today? Still wondering. Like I completely brain farted. Like 100%.
You remember now?
No.
Don't be afraid of people. They can kill you. But
I'm
they
so
cannot
sorry.
kill
I
your
never
soul.
forget these words ever. And I'm drinking wine over here like it's water.
That like happens more than what you know, right?
Hold on. Okay, let's try this again. Sorry if it's in short.
Sarah's doing harmonies, by the way, where you can't hear her. So, cause she loves
Maybe
this
you should
song.
sing it for me.
Don't be afraid of people, they can kill you, but they cannot kill your soul. Make a clean break with cutting, backbiting in your filthy tongue. Be gentle with one another, forgive one another quickly, pretty please. Don't be afraid of people, they can kill you, but they cannot kill your soul. Keep in mind some principles to help us repair our damaged life. Every individual's fighting a great battle being waged within their mind. They face the outside enemy when they let their evil shine. Keep in mind some principles to help us repair our damaged life. Silence yourself. Silence yourself. Don't be afraid of people, they can kill you, but they cannot kill your soul. Don't be afraid of people, they can kill you, but they cannot kill your soul. Don't be afraid of people, they can kill you, but they cannot kill your soul. Don't be afraid of people, they can kill you, but they cannot kill your soul.
That was it.
Woo! Dude, that song is so catchy.
So good.
Thanks.
Yeah, you couldn't hear her like doing the can't kill your soul or whatever. Like, she was doing it, and I was like, wow.
So pretty.
So you're gonna talk about the songs too? Like, I don't know. I mean, we're doing this. I love when bands talk about their songs. So if you want to, you don't have to.
Well, so when we wrote these songs, like we kind of, again, when this musical project first started in my brain, I was, again, I don't want to say I was wanting to do a rap album, but I was like really into NF, and I probably had like
Can you
three
imagine?
Google pages of lyrics. It's like literally one NF song is like any other band's entire discography when you look at lyrics. Like he writes so many lyrics, and all of these songs were essentially just one ongoing like 3-page Google Doc that I had, and it wasn't really anything I don't know, it was just like a bunch of different kind of like one-line rhymes that Lacey kind of pieced together to yeah, make all the songs. So a lot of the songs were based around just kind of like different like scriptures and stuff I was reading, stuff that I heard in church, like, oh, like that's a cool line, let's like write it down really quick, like, oh, like that verse, let's write it down. So yeah, it was kind of, when you go back and look at the Google Doc that I have and like everything was kind of like segmented, there are so many things that are from that don't go together whatsoever. So I know in one of the interviews that we did with I forget who it was with, like we kind of talked about how it's one of the things like I feel like bands say it to be annoying, but like legitimately like, not that the songs don't have meaning, but it's like, I mean, you'd kind of have to like break it down like every line at a time. So I think it kind of really is not meaningless. I mean, I think it's kind of like open to interpretation, like whatever it means to you, like
Yeah,
that's kind of what it means.
I think what I like this song in particular, how, like if I listen to it, it gets it's like an earworm in a way or something, but like not like in an annoying way. It just plays in your head and it's just there, and you just you know what I mean? Like it's very catchy, but like in a
And it's
different
weird, like I
kind of
think that
catchy way. I don't know. So
I felt like that was like the catchiest song we had too. Like that was the first song we were wanting to release, and at the same time, it's the only song that doesn't have a chorus. Like out of the all of the 6 songs we've recorded, it's the only one without a chorus. But yeah, for whatever reason, I feel like it's is really catchy. But it's weird that it's the non-chorusy song that's the kind of seems to be the catchiest.
well, I think in the full version, it's just the rhythm too. You know, like you know, like it's just like the instrumentals are very catchy too, but like the lyrics, I mean, it's just very good.
Thanks.
Okay, so you have one more, right, or two more?
Yeah, one more.
If
All
I
right,
can
cool,
remember,
cool.
if I don't mess it up.
So, yeah, this is
Very low.
is everything mixed okay, Marco? Like, can you hear the guitar and the vocals okay?
Yeah, it's great. What are Ryan? How is on your end?
Okay,
Right?
good.
Yeah, you turn on your original sound is on. It's just it's great. Yeah, like
Okay, cool.
the
So
the
this is
guitar is
the
good.
second song we built.
Your voice since you turn it up. Yeah, everything is great.
Okay.
When I mute myself.
So this is the second song we released, and it was actually the first song that we wrote for All Hallowed, and this is a song that Vinny Caruana from Movie Life and I Am the Avalanche did the guest vocals on, which he is out of any kind of professional musician that I know. Not that he's not a professional musician, but I don't know why I put it in quotes. But out of any professional musician I know, he is like hands down the nicest, like most solid dude ever. Like it was such a pleasure working with him. Uh, he played in Dayton. I did a benefit show. I guess it's been a little over a year ago now, when there was the mass shooting in the Oregon district, because that's literally like a mile from where we live. And Vinny came out, Chris from Saves the Day, Anthony from Bayside, and Jeff from Thursday. I like called or messaged those people, all the ones that I knew, and they came out, and that was the first time I met Vinny. But I don't know, like him and I have stayed in contact. Like he was such a good dude, and I was just showing him all the stuff that we were doing, and he was just commenting that he really liked it, and just like threw it out like, hey, like would you be interested in like doing like a guest vocal on a song? And he's like, yeah, like great. So just sent him all the songs, and again, this was the first one that we wrote, and it was his favorite. So if you go and listen to the recorded version that was released on February 28th, you'll see him singing like 50% of the song. But this song is called Lust. Ready?
I'm afraid of what will happen. They find out what I've done. I don't deserve to be loved. In my current state, it is no longer me. The lust I see, it lives beneath me. Answer me this question: does he lavishly provide because of your moral spare inside? In my current state, Was this process for nothing? Condemnation does not exist in a place where you need an assist. What is good for me and for you, I have desire to do, but I cannot carry through. In my current state, it is no longer me. The last I see, it lives beneath me. In my current state, it is no longer me. The last I see, it lives beneath me.
That was kind of it.
Yay.
If everybody can unmute and clap, so it like gives a sense of asking
Thank
to
you.
unmute everybody. And then
Those
just,
are the 3 songs that you can go listen to now on our social media. The first 2 are the first one and last one. Wait, the last 2 are streaming everywhere. Haunt starts streaming everywhere on March 31st.
Cool. That was awesome. And so in this song, cause I thought it was you singing, but it's not. So that's what I thought you were doing, like slide vocals. So you're not doing any vocals on this album.
None. No.
Wow.
There's no talking. That's not me.
Yeah, because I was like, oh man, like Ricky has this quality of voice in this song, you know. It's not Ricky.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's definitely not me doing those harmonies.
It was a little breakdown part that, like, she was like, that would be cool, like, to have some screamings on it, right? Like, so guys, thank you so much for doing this. You are our newest favorite band, not just because we're friends, but like we're really like pumped and excited to listen to your
Thank
music. You know that feeling when you like find something new, you know, like a new band and you're like all about it. We're all hallowed. All
Thank you.
that thing, like all hallowed. Like no, like no. I just wanted to make a pun. We're big fans and we're honored that you guys got to do this and perform this, you know, for us here in this like Zoomcast, the tuned up Zoomcast. Um,
Before we go, Kurt, you and Marco, you guys need to find each other on the Facebook or Zynga or whatever you kids are using.
MySpace.
Because, or MySpace, yeah, whatever it is. Or, I mean, Trump is having a new social media coming out. Maybe that's going to be the new thing. We don't know. Whatever we're going to find each other on. Kurt has amazing Google Plus. Yes, anything. Kurt hosts some amazing house shows in Fort Wayne. Kurt, Marco, and his wife Sarah are in a band called the Castros,
Dude,
which are
I love
amazing.
Fort
You
Wayne.
guys should totally hook up and do some amazing house show swaps.
Trump media.
Maybe we can do a little.
Trump Media, that's what it is. Yeah.
We can do like Columbus, Fort Wayne, Chicago, and something. We can do like a little circle. Dude, I love
Yeah,
Fort
I
Wayne.
heard.
We
I
have
know
a
you're in the
friend-
chat box. Is Hope still living in Chicago?
Wait, what?
Hope, the other one of the other members in Bloody Tambourine. The last I knew, she was living in Chicago. I don't know if she still is, but if it is, that's your other connection. Hope has some great connections in Chicago too. So yeah, you guys should definitely hook up after.
Absolutely. Yeah,
all
find me,
this
dude. I
stuff
wanna
is
put
over,
my
get out and play shows again.
I'm just gonna put my Instagram handler, whatever, like Facebook. It works. Yeah, we have some, you know, like Rifle is like a network. They like host bands on tour. There's a Rifle home on for Wayne, so like we became friends with them, and we every time we go somewhere around that area, we like stop by. And
You might know him because Nick's a DJ.
yeah, Nick Loops,
The Lubes.
the Loops. um, Absolutely, dudes. Like for real, you guys are awesome. We're so honored. Ryan, do you have something else that you want to add, like in this closing, like sesh remarks?
Um, Nothing too profound, just follow follow Tuned Up on social media at Tuned Up Music on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Yes, we are on TikTok.
Are you doing dances too?
I still haven't quite figured it out. Apparently, it's the easiest social media platform to go viral on.
Figure that mess out.
But so I'm on there trying to roll with all the youngins that are posting their hyper pop memes. I don't know. I probably just butchered all that, but and on Facebook, it's at I am tuned up on Facebook. IamTunedUp.com. And it's our 10th year as a blog. 2021, we're celebrating 10 years all year. So, and I can't believe that I've known Marco at least on since if we count meeting online, I've known him 10 years now. That's weird. We're close to that.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, 10 years ago, I was still in college technically, so I wouldn't have met him before then. Well, this summer it'll be 10 years anyway. I don't know exactly what our plans are for the rest of the year, but we're gonna make the most of it. So follow along, join the conversation. Thank you so much, All Hallowed,
A
for
band that you can book for Statfest, you know.
when Steadfast comes back. We have a festival we do. We did it 2 years at a church called Veritas here in Columbus, and another 2 years after that at an event space called Strongwater. And 2020 we were virtual for obvious reasons, and the next one, I'm not sure when the next one's going to be, but it's going to be epic. You can count on that.
I just sent you a friend request on the Facebook, so we will keep in touch on there.
Right on.
Well, thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And tomorrow
See
is
you.
my last day before spring break. So,
Ooh.
what did Tim say on there? On the Facey Space. Yep, on old Facey Space.
Yeah.
Something my kid would say. Facey Space.
All right. Thank you so
Thank you,
much. If
guys.
you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you go check out All Hallowed. The link are gonna be just here, just somewhere here, and the
Subscribe,
album already been dropped.
subscribe, comment, ring the bell, join the notification squad, whatever they're saying now. I don't know.
Have a good night, guys. We appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.